below, but support the channel in the link below.
Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and I know a lot of us love to talk about how the weapons feel and what loadout's optimal and where to aim for killing enemies and, you know, being just an effective soldier. However, drip is just as important as playing good. That's right, today is a Drip Divers video, in case you couldn't read the title of the video. Now, a lot of the armors in Helldivers 2 looks great. Unless we're talking about the live wire helmet, then you're really ugly. But since a lot of our customization is restricted to what we wear, we have to kind of spice it up a little bit on our own. For most of my dives on Helldivers, I mostly wear the Golden Eagle armor set because I just don't really need any other armor passive. And for any other Helldiver that's looking to go drip hunting and you don't have any of these armor sets, I made it very easy to be able to find them, and they will show up briefly on the screen before disappearing. It'll either list the war bond or how much super credits it costs because it's in the superstore. Now, this isn't going to be anything like the original video that I did, which was me just spitballing a bunch of random jokes and ideas when I looked at the armor. That wasn't a serious video. I don't know why people thought that was legit. Then the video blew up and everybody saw that. I don't like how the Drone Master helmet looks. Bite me, that helmet's ugly and I don't see anybody wear it. Now that I'm done making fun of your favorite taste in armor, it's time to show off mine. First up, we have the Hellbringer, which is one of my favorite flame armors to put on when it's time to roast enemies. May or may not be lightly based off of the Halo Wars unit, but you know what? I love this guy and I can't stop using this armor set now. It uses the Federation's blade helmet from the Dust Devils war bond, but it will cost you 370 total super credits for the rest of the parts. But it sells the idea that you are a flamer unit. In terms of combat viability, it is alright because it will give you resistance against your own fire, which is more of a safety net than anything. But if you're the type of Helldiver that can't hold it in and must burst manage democracy across the enemy's faces, well, this armor is going to be a perfect option for keeping you safe. It's both functional and kick-ass looking. Then we have the Venator, which has been an armor set that I've been wearing a lot lately ever since we got the Hyena. The helmet is the Big Game Hunter, which you can find in the Superstore, while the Sapper armor is from the Entrenchment Division Warbond, while the cape is from the Servants of Freedom. And I have to say, right off the rip, this armor blends so naturally together, with all the colors being like a match made in heaven. I don't know if you guys seen a Raider veteran from Fallout 4, but it's kind of giving me that vibe. In terms of functionality, it gives you a pretty good resistance against explosives, while also giving you more grenades. Where'd the mag go? Uh-oh, Arrowhead, outsource me, please, please! If you're into the Raider aesthetic, this armor set has both functionality and drip. Now, I don't really have a name for this armor set, I just like to call it the Tacticool one because it really looks like a modern military could be wearing this. Now, both the cape and the helmet are from the Redacted Regiment Warbond, while the armor is from the Dust Devils. Finally, an armor set that's not from the Superstore. I gotta say, this armor combo scratches my brain in a weird way, and I think it's because a lot of our armors in Helldivers wouldn't exactly be real. The way the blacks mash together between the helmet and the armor plating just makes it look so cool. It really gives a Desert Stormer vibe. Functionally, the armor passive is alright. The increasing throw range is probably the best one on it, allowing you to better apply red stratagems at a distance and while being able to tank a bit more damage from element sources. However, there is an alternate version of this armor set that I like that goes into the light armor category. Tacticool 2.0 meshes even better with the rest of its armor, giving you a slick soldier vibe. Instead of using the Scorpion armor, you'll be using the Urban Legends Street Scout, while both the cape and the helmet remains the same. In terms of functionality, oh, absolutely it's functional. Got Siege Ready on it. Like, do I really need to say more? Then going back to the Superstore, we have an armor set that makes you look like a jungle scout, rocking the Eradicator and Fiend Destroyer, which are both in the Superstore, which will cost 425 super credits, and the matching cape, the Cresting Honor from Helldivers Mobilize. In terms of functionality, its armor passive is super niche to, like, enemies that ragdoll you, so I mean, if you don't like getting knocked over, congratulations. And the melee boost will only be helpful for very specific situations, like killing a cow with a butter. However, I will have to extend that a lot of the green armor sets go pretty well with Fiend Destroyer. I mean, just pick your choice. Anything that's green enough looks pretty good on this guy. And this next armor combo follows a similar trend. It's very niche to what its abilities are, but as it does have rock solid, but it just looks so cool. Otherwise, I call this Paulbrrt. I just came up with that on the spot. There's something about this armor set that just clicks together, and I think it's because the colors mesh so well. The helmet's from Viper Commandos, while the body armor and the cape are both from the Python Commandos. It just looks like the ultimate heavy weapons guy of the team. The only thing that really holds it back is the very niche armor passive. Like, the Twig Snapper would be a much more ideal heavy weapons guy because it has the better ergonomics control, but this one just really rocks the look. This armor set's gonna be the biggest hear me out because it works so well together despite looking so goofy. Otherwise, I call this armor set the Loner because it uses arc weapons. Both the helmet and the cape are from Chemical Agents, while the actual armor is from Cutting Edge. But the armor puts the N into niche. Having a resistance against a super niche element type, yeah, great idea. So either you're playing with teammates that also like arc weapons, or you're hunting harvesters at point blank. Now this one goes out to the Night Divers, giving us a very royal medieval look. The helmet is the bearer of the standard at 200 super credits, with the honorary guard and Federation's embrace both being from the Masters of Ceremony. Melee might be a niche fighting style, but let me just say it is a glorious battle when you can take down a bunch of enemies with a stick. The Superstar helmet pairs really well with the body armor, and while the armor passive is initially bad, with the add-on of the primary reload speed and that extra bit of melee damage, it makes it very flexible for fighting, always ensuring that ammo's in your gun, and if an enemy's too close, you can bonk him on that head. Overall, a delicious looking armor set. Now we have something that I like to call the Chieftain. Because of its overall bulk, this armor set is going to make you look like an angry tank. With the breaching hammer and a jump pack, you'll be basically mimicking the brute chieftains from Halo. The helmet is from Steeled Veterans, while both the armor and the cape is from Siege Breakers. The armor passive is kind of a toss-up. It requires you to take some damage to get that stamina back, but it does have a higher armor rating, which is a great passive to mix for people who are very aggressive in their playstyle. I talked about this armor set before. I thought the passive was pretty weak. Outside of the armor rating, it could have used something a bit more to spice it up. Now, he should have been here by now. Where is this guy? Well, here it is, the legally distinct DOomcracy guy. You want to be a big buff man that has no problem wielding all the weapons and look badass while doing it? Well, the Twig Snapper armor set combined with the Fiend Destroyer is a pretty good one to start. Now, Arrowhead's a little cheeky with this one. I remember when I did a DOomcracy guy loadout in the past, and then they decided to randomly make a reference armor. Come on, man. Now, we know the Doom guy is an absolute unit, so nothing like the Twig Snapper to... I guess you have to go somewhere. And if you need supplies or stims, always look for that Trauma Team Helldiver, as they'll always be there to help you out. Of course, the helmet is the Null Cypher, and the position and the cape are both from Helldivers Mobilize. Acting as a supporting role on the team, this guy will always be nearby to give you a stim. Medikit is a pretty powerful passive, whether you're using it for yourself or helping teammates out, so it's a pretty good armor overall. And in honor of Helldivers getting a crossover with Warhammer, we of course have to make the legally distinct Space Marine, which a lot of the design is heavily carried by the Urban Legends heavy armor set, the Roadblock. I personally use the BO1 Tacticool with the yellow on the one side to match the shoulder pauldron. The armor is the Roadblock from Urban Legends, and the cape, the Drape of Glory, is from Steeled Veterans. If you bring something like the belt-fed grenade launcher, it can act as your heavy bolter, and you can run in there like, brother! Rocking something like the Siege Ready passive makes it both stylish and powerful, and you have a lot of weapon cosplay options. Now we have one of my favorite armor combos so far, the Frontline Commander. While most commanding units rather be in the back line, this guy wants to be in the front.
Come closer, I want to shoot you with my M98. God damn it, who took all the bullets from my gun? I'm running out of ammo.
The helmet's from the Entrenchment Division, while the armor's from the Siege Breakers Warbond. Now, I didn't expect this armor combo to work as well as it does, but it really has a fine-ass select. Damn! This looks like the commander of the Bastion tank. He just points and asks you to kill things.
Wait, who said I was asking?
Again, though, the function of its armor passive is pretty damn niche, but the overall aesthetic of this armor set just carries itself. And time for some honorable mentions. The Groundbreaker, which has been one of the most versatile black and yellow armor sets out there. It has a lot of different options and varieties you can choose from that really pairs with it, letting you have your own style. And as basic as the armor passive is, having extra recoil control and more grenades is never a bad thing in Helldivers. The B-24 Enforcer is probably one of the best armor sets to mix and match with the white helmet colors. There's no doubt that there is a lot of off-whites in this game that makes it really hard to mix and match, but the B-24 is a perfect base for a lot of the helmets. It's very versatile in design and function, but it can also pair with that Helldivers has a lot of different armors you can select from. Some have better armor passives, some have niche ones, but at the end of the day, the drip is what really matters most. Unless you're a mid-maxer, then nothing will make you happy, because you always know there's something that you could change. Armor passives are a neat way to change the game around. You know, they help adjust things in small areas, but me personally, I'm more about the drip than anything else. Hell, when I get bored of anything armor passive related, I just go back to the Golden Eagle. It ain't easy being the host, so having that 150 armor rating is real nice. Oh, of course, I didn't cover like every drip combination because everybody has their own taste and style. So be sure to leave it in the comments down below so I can take a look at it later. The armor in Helldivers is a pretty neat way to express yourself in game. But that's pretty much it for now. My name's the Gundam Boy, and I will see you guys next time.